Welcome back, bros, to another video review. Today we have the opportunity to take a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Comic Universe Bludgeon. So for the contents, here we have the Comic Universe Bludgeon figure out of packaging, and it comes with 4 accessories. And also standard to all Transformers, we get the instruction manual, as you can see. So here we are zoomed in to take a closer look at this Bludgeon figure, which is basically the IDW's comic version. Now for me, I'm more a fan of the G1 Bludgeon, and that's why I kind of picked this up. But now looking at this figure a little bit more closely, I'm leaning toward it being less of my favorite. But because this is my first figure of the Tarn mold, because I don't have the Tarn figure, I kind of like it. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this figure. But looking at the details, just as a figure for the character representation of Bludgeon, it looks good in my opinion, and that's why I purchased it. Now, when compared to the IDW comic version, as you can see, it's pretty darn close, and it does have some similarities. But of course, as you can see, this is using that Tarn mold. So it is a repaint or a reuse of the same mold. So for the articulation on this figure, it has the standard articulation as what normal Voyager size figures would come with, but let's show it off just so you can have a general visual idea of what I'm talking about. The shoulder rotates all the way around 360, as you can see. It hinges out because there's a hinge right here at the elbow. The arm has a 90-degree bend and a swivel, as you can see. The wrist, you can swivel it, as you can see, as I'm doing right now. It does have a waist rotation. Now, this is the part that I like. The skirt right here for the figure, it rotates, and it gives it that high kick, as you can see, because this is sort of a ninja. That's what the Bludgeon character is. It bends more than 90 degrees, as you can see. It has a foot rocker that rocks that far. It also rocks back because of transformation, and also forward if you would like to get some more dynamic poses, possibly some crouch down poses. And more importantly, the head, it can look left and it can look right. It can look up that high. It can look down that low. And other than that, like I said, it has all the articulation, what we normally get for our standard size Voyager figure characters. So for the accessories that Bludgeon come with, that is different from Tarn, well, the first thing you see right here is Bludgeon holding his sword. This is unique to the Bludgeon character, which is a homage to the G1 where he had swords, and he used that as his primary weapon. Now, this is the reuse of the Tarn mold right here, as you can see with this weapon right here. It's basically the little backpack that came with Tarn, and also the guns. Now, the guns are painted differently to match the IDW comic version of Bludgeon's color scheme versus what we got with Tarn. Now, these two are exactly the same. They're not symmetrical, as you can see. The guns are completely different. The peg is on the bottom. And this one, the peg is on the side. And then you have this piece right here on this side. So yes, they're 2 different types of guns, painted differently, and they assemble differently. So basically right here, you can put this on his back. It is a backpack. So here you have weapon storage. I got it like this for right now, but you can always roll it up like this to give him more of that backpack. And you can have all that extra stuff hanging off if you would like to do that. So that's just showing off the accessories quickly and briefly as I can. And here we are for comparisons. Here we have the IDW Comic Universe Bludgeon compared to other fellow robots that we may have already in our collection, just to show off the various size and scales. I have a leader class figure in the Kingdom Ultra Magnus. As you can see, I have a deluxe as in the Pretender right here. As you can see, his name is Skullgrin. And then you also have a core class in Snarl. And then you have a, I want to say it's a Legion class from the Dark of the Moon little figures with crosshairs, and then we have another fellow Voyager pretender, as in Metal Hawk. Now, as you can see, the Bludgeon figure does look good compared to Metal Hawk, but it definitely does not have that G1 aesthetics. I wish it had that, so it would have gave me two solid pretenders to go against one Autobot pretender. And hopefully we get another Autobot pretender very soon in the near future, hopefully. Because I'm liking what they did with the pretenders and giving them an actual regular robot body in an alt mode. Now, if they would make actual leader class pretenders, I would definitely be in favor of that, to have the gimmick where you have the smaller Earth body figures inside of these robots would be incredible in my opinion. So Hasbro, if you happen to stumble across this video, please consider making leader class pretender figures so that we can have the humanoid figures inside of these pretender robot shells form and allow them to have fully posable functions. So now it's time for transformation. So here we have IDW Comic Universe Bludgeon transformed into its alt mode, and this is what we get. So taking a closer look at this figure, like I said, the color schemes on this figure looks good. It definitely looks like Bludgeon. It is a reuse of the Tarn mold, as you can see, with the bonus additional accessory being the sword, which is the only difference. Instead of getting that huge gun that Tarn had, now we get a sword. And looking underneath the tank mode, you don't see a lot of robot kibble. So the only thing you really can see is the head and like the crotch area. But everything else nicely compresses and looks good. I mean, I don't have any issues with my copy, except this piece, as you see in the review of Transformation, keeps popping off. But other than that, it looks good, and I like the way it turned out. So here we are. Let's start the comparisons with the IDW Comic Universe of Bludgeon compared to some other figures. Now, these are the figures I just randomly pulled off my shelf. We have a Leader class, which is technically a Voyager, Optimus Prime. Then we have Deluxe class, Mavarna. And then we also have the Siege Deluxe class, Mirage. As you see right here, I'm liking the way Bludgeon is definitely bigger than the Deluxe is, but about the same size and height as Optimus Prime. But of course, as you know, with Optimus Prime, they're about the same in length if you stand them up like this, but sorry for all the noise, guys. Just moving these two out the way so you can see they're about the same length. So they look good together. Now showing it with a Deluxe. And then with my final Deluxe, a little smaller. Here we go. And I like the way it scales with the Deluxe size characters. A tank is supposed to be bigger than a car. So with that being said, it definitely shows that in scale. And I like the way this vehicle mode has turned out. So with all that being said, now we've reached a portion of my video review where I like to do the Yeah Bro figure grading system, which is going to be the pickup or the pass for me. And I get the opportunity to share my opinions and thoughts on this figure in efforts to help educate you on making a purchase on this figure or ultimately deciding to pass if you choose to do that for your collection. So the first category, basically, to summarize everything up, the paint job on this figure, in my opinion, is very good. It definitely resembles Bludgeon. It definitely has that IDW Comic Universe appearance to it, and I like the way it turned out. The molding on this is definitely a remold from the Universe Tarn mold that we got, I believe, in Wave 1. With that being said, I don't have any mold degradation or really loose joints that I would say. Everything is just about right, I would say, in my grading for that. And when it comes to the playability and execution, I think this figure has a tremendous amount of that, because you can definitely play with it in its tank mode and also in its robot mode. You have tons of accessories. The articulation on this figure is excellent. What more can you do and play with and imagine than having a Decepticon samurai warrior right here in your collection? So yes, this is a pickup for me. It definitely is a pickup. So if you're interested in picking a copy of this figure up, I got my copy from GameStop.com, where I pre-ordered this figure and I paid $33.99 plus taxes, and the item shipped to me shortly as they receive the stock from Hasbro. So the link will be down below in the description if you would like to purchase this figure from your local GameStop or GameStop online, where I purchased my copy at. But if you can't find it on the website or at those locations, feel free to check other places at Target, because it's starting to show up there. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support, and not only that, positive feedback. Thank you once again for spending your time watching my video, and until next time, yeah, bro, I'll see you soon. And by the way, don't forget to turn on the notifications so that you'll be informed when I have released a new video for you to enjoy.